Now, technically, that's not how it really happens here in Dominican Republic. This is how it happens. Now, typically, that's how it happens. That's the process that I do each and every time I receive an Amazon package here in Dominican Republic. Today, we're going to discuss the topic, how do I receive Amazon packages here in Dominican Republic? And this has been a huge concern for people moving to Dominican Republic, and that's how can I still receive my Amazon packages while living in Dominican Republic. Man, we have gotten so spoiled in the United States with this Amazon and this Prime delivery that everybody, include myself, when I moved here, I needed to know how I was gonna get my Amazon, because I tell you, I order from Amazon a lot. I can't even tell you how many times a month, but a lot. So the first thing I'm gonna say, just so you can get it off your mind, there is no Amazon Prime. Man, that rhymed. Let me say that again. Just so you can get off your mind, there is no Amazon Prime. Meaning, you're not gonna get your packages in 2 days. It's just not gonna happen like that. And so we're gonna talk about this process and how you can make it happen. So to make this process happen, you're gonna have to sign up with a local Dominican courier. Now, in this video, we're gonna talk about 6 of them. And the process is pretty much the same with all the couriers. If I'm wrong, then guys, comment below. But for 3 of them, I know the process is the same. So I'm assuming that the process is the same for the other 3. And that process is going to their website, whichever one you pick, you go to their website and you register. Once you complete registration, they will give you a unique identifier number. Now, this number can be all numeric or it can be alphanumeric, just depends on which courier you decide to go with. Now, all these couriers, from my understanding, has an office in the Miami area. So what happens is when you order from Amazon, they ship your package to the office in Miami, and from Miami, they ship your package over here to Dominican Republic. Now, you can use Amazon Prime to get the package to Miami quicker in 2 days, but you can't use Amazon Prime from start, meaning from when you order it to when it arrives here in Dominican Republic. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can still use Amazon Prime to ship it to Miami in 2 days. Therefore, it gets there faster, and then they ship it here. Now, typically, it takes 48 to 72 hours for you to receive a package. Typically for me, I've seen it more often than not that I get my packages once it hits Miami in 48 hours. Now, what you wanna make sure you do, you wanna make sure every time you order from Amazon, you put that unique identifier number next to your name. That way, when it gets to their facility in the Miami area, they know who that package is assigned to. Now, if you don't have it on there, then you may not receive your package. For me, I've shipped stuff there before, and people have forgotten to put the identifier on it, but I order there so much, it still makes it to me. But I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. I recommend always put that unique identifier on there. Now, with all these couriers, they all offer different types of services. But the 2 that you're gonna mostly use are the air cargo and the maritime. And air cargo, of course, is by plane. Your package is gonna be shipped by plane. That's why it takes 48 to 72 hours. Now, maritime is when they ship it by boat. Now, typically, there's a weight limit that determines whether it's gonna go on a plane or whether it's gonna go on a boat. And typically that threshold is anything over 70 pounds. If it's over 70 pounds, then they're gonna put it on a ship. Now, if they put it on a ship, man, it could take weeks to get here. I remember one time I had a company who sent me a microwave for me to do a product review on my other channel. And it took over a month for it to get here. And I didn't realize at the time that anything that was over 70 pounds was gonna be shipped by boat. And I know you're saying a microwave that was over 70 pounds. It wasn't the microwave. What they did was, it wasn't the microwave totally. What happened was they put this microwave, I guess they were shipping it from China, but they put this microwave in a cargo wooden box. It was already packaged in that big box, so it had to weigh about probably like 30 pounds, 30, 35 pounds just in the box that it was shipped in. Then they put it in one of these crate boxes, and then they had it all stuffed with all this type of styrofoam to make sure nothing didn't happen to it. Anyway, it ended up being like 73 pounds. And I was wondering what was going on with my package. And that was the reason when they told me, it said because it was over 70 pounds. So be careful, anything over 70 pounds, depending on the courier, they're gonna ship it by boat and it could take forever to get there. So let's talk about the couriers that you can use to get your packages here from Amazon. And we're gonna start off with the courier that I use, and that's TPAC. How did I come up with TPAC? Well, when I first got here, I was driving around and I seen one courier that I'm gonna discuss here in a bit. And then I went inside there. I didn't like their pricing. Then I ran into TPAC as I continued driving, and their prices were lower. So once I realized their prices were lower, I just automatically signed up with them. So I went in, talked to the representative inside the facility, and they told me what I need to do to register, and that's to go to their website, and I completed the registration there. Got my unique identifier, and right then and there, I was set. So TPAC's main office is on Gustavo Mejia Ricard in Naco. They have several locations throughout the country. They have multiple locations in Santo Domingo, so wherever you are in Santo Domingo, you can find one that's closest to you. They have a location in San Pedro de Macorís. They have one in Casa de Campo. They have one in Higüey, Punta Cana, Las Terrenas, Santiago, San Francisco de Macorís. But I'm not sure if they have one in Puerto Plata, but I'm sure they do. I didn't see it on the map. And here's their location in Miami. It's in Doral, 8298 Northwest 14th Street. So that would be the address that you put as your delivery address when you order your packages, along with your unique identifier. And for TPAC, they charge me $4.30 US per pound to ship. So a 5-pound package can cost me $21.50, and a 10-pound package can cost me about $43. So that kind of gives you an idea of what things are gonna cost. And this is just with TPAC. Each company has their own rates, they vary, so it just depends on the company. Let's move on to the next one. And the next company I'm gonna talk about is BM Cargo. And the reason why I'm gonna talk about BM Cargo is because my wife uses BM Cargo to receive her packages. And BM Cargo is also located in Doral, Florida. Here's their address for you to ship your package to. As you can see right here where it says your name, and then right next to it, it has BM, of course, that's for BM Cargo. And then it has 6 numeric digits preceding that. That would be your unique identifier. And just like TPAC, BM Cargo is located all over the island. Matter of fact, it probably has more locations than TPAC. Multiple locations in Santo Domingo. They have locations in Jarabacoa, La Vega, Moca, Santiago, Sosúa, Puerto Plata, Cabrera, Monte Plata, Boca Chica, San Pedro, Casa de Campo, Higüey, Punta Cana, Las Terrenas. So as you can see, BM Cargo is all over the island. And this one may be your best bet, especially for those who don't live in the major cities like Santo Domingo, Santiago, Puerto Plata, Punta Cana, La Romana. BM Cargo seems to be all over the island. And BM Cargo charges $2.65 per pound from 0.1 pound all the way to 29 pounds. If you get over 30 pounds, they drop it down to $1.50. Man, I think I'm about to change. I'm going over to BM Cargo. $2.65, I'm paying $4.30 per pound. Man, I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. I'm gonna have to confirm this, because if so, I'm changing over to BM Cargo. So let's talk about the next one, and it's Domex. And Domix is the first one I seen when I arrived here in Santo Domingo. That was the first one I went into. And when I went into it, to me, their prices were higher at the time than T-Pack. So I decided to go with T-Pack, but Domix is also a good one. And as with the last two, Domix is also located in Doral, Florida. And as you can see, they all have the same type of mailing structure, your name. Then with this one, it's a D for Domix 01-0, and then the last 5 digits or characters will be your unique identifier. And Domix also has multiple locations throughout the country: Santo Domingo, Jaina, Bani, Barahona, Asua, San Juan, Bonao, Monte Plata, La Vega, Santiago, Puerto Plata, Sosúa, Cabrera, Nagua, San Francisco, San Pedro, La Romana, Higüey, Bávaro, Fruisa, and Punta Cana. And here are the fees for Domix. It looks like they have a priority shipping, which is $2.87 per pound. And they also have the regular standard air cargo, which is $2.30 per pound. Now, it looks like you pay 57 cents more to get it priority. I don't know if that really works. I don't know anybody that has a Domix account. Let me know if that's really true, that, hey, if I order a package and it gets to Miami or the Doral area and I pay 57 cents extra, are they gonna get it to me quicker? As I told you, I get my packages in 2 days anyway, so I don't know if priority means next day or if it means 2 days. So that's something to look at. So what I've noticed so far is that everybody's rates are lower than what I'm paying right now. So I can probably tell you by the end of this video, I'm gonna be convinced to switch over to a new courier because it seems like this ain't working out for me. All right, so let's go on to the next one. And the next one is EPS. And EPS also is located in Doral, Florida. And here's the address for them. So as you can see, they want you to address it with your name first, the address of the location, and then under that address is where you put your EPS member number, then the city of Doral and the state. So theirs is a little bit different, the way they want you to address it, than the other ones. The ones that we've seen so far, right next to your name is where they want you to put your member number. And here's where all the EPS locations are. Everywhere that I've named for the other ones, this has more locations than BM Cargo, but definitely in Santo Domingo, Punta Cana, Santiago, Puerto Plata, Monte Cristi, Mocha, San Pedro, San Francisco, La Romana. They look like they are everywhere. They have branches everywhere, guys. I'm not gonna name all of them, but as you can see, so depending on where you're located in the country, seems like EPS may be a good option for you also. Now that I'm looking at this, they have 85 offices across Dominican Republic. So now let's take a look at EPS's prices. From 1 pound to 9.9 pounds is $3.60. From 10 pounds to 29.99 pounds, it's $3. From 30 to 69 pounds, it's $2.50. And from 70 to 99.9 pounds, it's $2 per pound. Those rates look pretty good to me. $3 per pound. Again, I'm still paying more. I hadn't found one courier where I'm paying less than. So far, I'm paying more to deal with the courier that I have. So let's move on to the next one. And the next courier is CPS. And as you can see, CPS does have an office in Miami. And here's the address for that location. I don't see where they show you how to address it. I'm sure you address your packages pretty much the same way, unique identifier next to your name. And CPS also has multiple offices across the country, like Santo Domingo, Santiago, Punta Cana, San Francisco, Jarabacoa, La Vega, Las Terrenas, Mocha, Samaná, Nagua, San Cristobal, Bani. So not as many as the rest of them, but they do have enough offices across the country to satisfy your needs depending on where you're located. So let's look into their prices. CPS prices are from 1 pound to 70 pounds. It's $2.25 per pound. 71 pounds and over is $1.30. And the more and more I talk about these prices, the more and more upset I get because I'm paying more to have my product or packages shipped here to Santo Domingo through T-Pack. Let's go to the next one. Now this is the last one. And the last one, I don't see many people talking about this one, but I've seen this one throughout the city here in Santo Domingo, and that's Aeropack. Aeropack is also located in Miami, Florida, and here's the address for that location. They do have several offices around the country, not many as the rest of them. Multiple offices here in Santo Domingo, Boca Chica, San Pedro, Punta Cana, San Francisco, and also Santiago. Now, if they have more locations than these are the ones I can find. Then you can also let me know in the comments. So what about their prices? So their prices for parcel service starts from $2.95 per pound from packages weighing 0 to 70 pounds. This is continuing to get interesting. You know what, I'm gonna have to go back and look, because one thing I did notice when I was doing this research is that taxes are not included in these rates. So when I get mine, the taxes are included. And that's probably why they have this big gap in between the rates, because this is like $1 and something, gap between the rates. So I'm gonna have to check that out and make sure that my prices that I'm being quoted or that I know that I'm paying, it has the taxes included. So these prices don't have tax included. So you may want to check with those couriers just so you know what the exact rate would be. So guys, those are the 6 couriers that I know of here in Santo Domingo. Matter of fact, I know of some other ones, but they're pretty small. I've seen them here and there. There's one called Tupac. It's funny because it's T-U-P-A-Q. I know it's Tupac, but I call it Tupac. But these are the ones that are typically located all around the country. Most people who come here, they reside in the bigger cities or the most popular cities like Santo Domingo, Santiago, Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, Las Terrenas, and Samaná. So you will have access to these facilities with all these couriers there in each one of those cities pretty much. And the question that I get from people too is, do I have a concern with something happening to my package? Maybe someone steals it or something like that. And the answer to that is absolutely not, because you don't pay until your package arrives. So if you don't pay till your package arrives, then they're not making any money. So if they ship something from Miami and it gets here and someone steals it, then you hadn't paid for anything. You know what I'm saying? That's their business. Their business is to make money, so they're not gonna let anybody steal your package. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I've ordered, I can't even count how many times I've ordered from Amazon using TPAC, and for the last 3 years, and I've never had a problem with a package. No damages, nobody ever stole anything. Now, I had one issue, and that was because my unique identifier was not on the package. And when I called the Miami office, they went in, they found it, it was sitting aside, and after that, they shipped it right over to me. So that tells me right there that there's some type of integrity, at least with TPAC, because like I said, I've never had an issue with them taking my packages. Now, I will also say this too, is that you can also have your postal mail shipped in too. So sometimes I have my mom send me like my credit cards, like if my credit cards expire or something like that. She'll package it up, she'll send it to me, she'll mail it down to Doral, Florida, and they'll send it over here to me. So you can also have just your regular US mail shipped over to you. It don't necessarily have to be Amazon. If somebody wants to send you something, they do it the same way. Give them that address, send it down to Doral, and then they ship it over here to you to Santo Domingo or wherever you are. But I use this service particularly for Amazon for the most part. Also, you don't want to use UPS, FedEx, or DHL to have your packages shipped here. You'll pay an arm and a leg. Now, if it's something that you need to get here overnight, of course, like when I was doing my residency process and I needed like documents and mailing off my passport, I use UPS and FedEx. But just for normal packages, you don't want to use UPS or FedEx. You'll pay arm and a leg. Man, just ship my passport was $70, and that thing doesn't even weigh, maybe don't even weigh an ounce, maybe a couple of ounces, and it cost me about $60 or $70. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to make this video about how you can receive your packages here in Dominican Republic while living here. Like I say, It's been, for me, it's been sweet. The only thing about it is there's no Amazon Prime, but I'm not in such a hurry to get anything in 2 days or the next day. Man, I can wait 2, 3, 4, 5 days. That's fine. Nothing for me is that urgent. Maybe it is for you, but if it is that urgent for you, you might as well just make it not urgent, because you're not gonna get anything through couriers or Amazon Prime in 2 days. It's just not gonna happen. So guys, if you got any questions, if I missed something, leave it in the comment section below. And remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're gonna live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know.